And recently earned a master's degree in public policy from Carnegie Mellon University. Amelia is the managing partner and founder of Powerful Consulting, which helps businesses and non-profits create public policy. She serves on the board of directors of Emerge California, which trains Democratic women to run for office, the New Leaders Council, the San Francisco Conservation Corps, the Community Leadership Academy, and Emergency Response Project. And Amelia is a former executive staffer at San Francisco City Hall and the San Mateo Board of Supervisors. Can you please give Amelia a welcome? I think that needs to be turned on, but I think we're going to introduce...
I think we got it.
Let's do it this way. We've got 2 minutes to give your introduction now.
Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. How are you today? Good evening. Let's get some excitement. We're about to change the community right here. Today's our first step. It's going to lead us for the next 90-plus days to November 2nd. And, you know, I started this journey not too long ago. Last year in September when I officially took out the paperwork. And in this process of running for office, and let me tell you, it's definitely a soul-searching process. You can't wake up one day and just decide you're going to run and be successful. But a large part of the reason that I'm running, and I get asked that question many, many times, is simply because I care. I live here, I live in this community, I was born and reared in this community, and there's no other place that I would rather be than right here with you. And everyone in this room is a testament, and I believe that you also hold those same values as I hold. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here on a Monday night, what is it, like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. I'm sure there's other things that you could be doing. But there are 3 things that I am focused on in working, and that's to keep District 10 healthy, working, and safe. And I look forward to continuing this conversation with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I should have pointed out that Rachel's sitting down here with some cards, and they'll tell you when you have 1 minute left, when you have 30 seconds left, and the final card says stop. When it says stop, we're going to stop you. Even if you have the most unbelievably important thing to tell us, you're out of luck. So, Christine Lanier is our next candidate for District 10 Supervisor. Christine has a graduate degree in law from UC Hastings and a business degree from UC Davis. She's a lawyer, a filmmaker, and an award-winning publisher. She's a secretary and land use committee member, Bayview Hunters Point Project Area Committee, technical chair of the former Hunters Point Shipyard Restoration Advisory Board, and the chair of the India Basin Neighborhood Association, where she has lived in India Basin since 2005. Christine, you have 2 minutes to tell us about yourself.
Good evening. Thank you very much for hosting this forum. I'm very happy to be here. My name is Christine Lanier. I'm seeking your vote to be your next supervisor because I too care deeply about this community. I'm invested in this community, and I see its tremendous potential. The experience I've had here, I believe, gives me the skills to help lead us to that potential. You'll hear me say throughout the campaign that District 10 has the most family, diversity, sun, land, and waterfront. I would add to that we also know how to have the most fun. I think we have so much to offer to this city. Beyond just a place to put things, just a place to put the sewage digesters and all the industry, not just a place to stick the new stadium if there was to be one. We have a lot of brownfields, we have an underserved population, we have high unemployment and a high crime rate, and I think it's time to turn all of that around. Now that new development is coming our way, we really are a community in transition, and land use is a very important part of what happens over the next 10 years in this community. I think I'd like to emphasize 3 things, and that is that we have smart development, strong schools, and safe neighborhoods. I think smart development involves a mix, not just condos, but of everything that it takes to build a thriving, economically sustainable community. retail, open space, job-creating land uses. I think as we shift in city policy to emphasize neighborhood school assignment, we need to make sure that every neighborhood has a strong school, and every child has an opportunity to excel in that school and discover what it is that where their particular strengths lie. And last, I think we need safer neighborhoods to make our community welcoming to not only the people who live here now, but also the tremendous tourist economy that we have the potential to capture. I look forward to this discussion over the next 90 days. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tracy. One other thing I did want to point out is that the Potrero Democratic Club will be voting to endorse one of the candidates for District 10 Supervisor on September 7th. The members of the club are allowed to vote. You can still join the club, however, you have not been allowed to vote in that September 7th endorsement meeting because of the 60-day membership requirement. But it's a fantastic $25 investment, or you could become an affiliate member for just $20. So we look forward to you joining us. Our next candidate is Nisi Joshua. Nisi, it's K-N-E-E-S-E-E, there's a lot of E's there. And Nisi has a degree in Black Studies from San Francisco State University. She was born and raised in San Francisco and has been a Bayview Hunters Point resident since 1978. She's a former legal secretary. She's currently volunteering to develop a small business literacy program. And she's been a community advocate and activist for the past 4 years. Nisi.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. How's that? That's great. Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Nisi Joshua, and I am honored to be here. Thank you to the Potrero Hill Democratic Club, as well as the Potrero Hill Neighborhood House. I, again, was raised in Bayview Hunters Point. I've been there since 1978. Born at General Hospital, Ward D. Well, my family started out in the Haight-Ashbury, went to Dudley Stone. In between desegregation and earthquake retrofitting, I went to elementary schools in Spring Valley. I went to Star Team, and there's one more in there, Excelsior, and the one on Folsom that I can't remember. I think it's Horace Mann. And I had to read, when I was going back through that, I said, wow, I was doing some real traveling around as a little person back then. I went to Lowell High School, and I got my degree from San Francisco State in Black Studies. I had the fortune of being there with some of the originators who fought that battle, Dr. McGee and Obita Chaka and Pamela George, and that list goes on. I decided to join this race after being somewhat prodded by different people from the community over a protracted period of time. But I had to really, really think if this is what I wanted to do and would be able to put all my energy and time. And I came to the conclusion, absolutely. My primary reason for running is, number one, I am absolute grassroots. I have no big money behind me. And because the health of the entire District 10 has been neglected for many, many years, someone has to come in with the political will to turn that neglect around.
Thanks, Nisi.
Thank you.
So we have 7 candidates tonight. We have 8 candidates tomorrow night that you're going to hear from, and the other 300 will be on Sunday morning. Our next candidate that we're going to hear from is Steve Moss. Steve has a BS in Conservation of Natural Resources from UC Berkeley, a Master of Public Policy from the University